Okay, now we will go through how to use SUMIF formula in Excel. The SUMIF formula, it is very simple. Let's see how it works. SUMIF. Double click on SUMIF. We have three things we have to fill: the range, the criteria, and the submission range. The range is the range which you will apply the criteria to. So let's say this is the range, comma, the criteria, anything is this range equal to, let's say, this value, then comma, and this is a submission range. So if the Excel find in this one any value equal to this, then he will submit this value. Let's see what is the result. This is 0.2. Because we have here 500, so the Excel makes the submission of this point. Let's make this one 100, and let's change the format number. Let's make it number. Let's make this 100. This one will automatically change it to 100. Let's make this one 200, and then it changes this number to 500 to tell the Excel to make the submission. So the Excel added it automatically. We can use the SUMIF with a certain condition, something like this is SUMIF formula. What I'm telling the Excel, this range and the criteria less than 1. I use a criteria here to tell the Excel if any value here is less than 1, then make a submission for this range. Okay, then I have to put my criteria between these two samples in order to tell the Excel to make a variance or a varied condition. Let's see if I change this one to 0.5. See here, it is changed automatically. If I put this one 0.9, the Excel will add it to me here. So the SUMIF Excel, it is very powerful formula. We are usually using it in our summaries and so on. And just I'm giving you a common idea about it, and we will go deeply through it in our various lessons. How to use a conditional format in Excel. The conditional format is a very powerful tool in Excel. Let's see how to use it and go through it very quickly in this lesson. Simply the conditional format, if I want to make a conditional format for these cells, then I select the cells, I'll go to conditional format, I'll add a new rule. The rule is different here. I have too many factors to do the rules. Format the cells based on their values. So I can make the lowest value with a color and the maximum value with a color, and the value between them will be a in-between color according to the color scale. Format only cells that contain. This is the most important thing, because I have here to put a certain condition. Let's say I want to highlight the cells less than 100. So if the cell value is less than 100, I'll format the cell and I'll fill it with red, and I'll say OK. So this is automatically highlighted the cells less than 100. If I change this one to 120, for example, of course the fill will gone, because this is a conditional format. And this one, if it is gone low than 100, the Excel's conditional format will pick up on it. This is simply the conditional format. We are using it to identify whether if we have some odd numbers, we have negative numbers. Just I'm giving you a very quick idea about it. and we will know the application of it when we try to do our cost loading and manpower loading and so on. How to use VLOOKUP in Excel? In my opinion, VLOOKUP is the most important formula in Excel. It is very effective and it will save a lot of your time. Let's go and see how it's works. Let's go to make another sheet. Let's say we have here activity ID 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. And we have here, for example, the activity start date and change it to date, my favorite. Okay, and I'll make a simple formula. This is equal plus 15. Okay, let's say that we have some activities like this. We have the start date, and we have the same activity in other area, or maybe in other sheet, but instead we have from the start date here we have the finish date. This is just for training purpose. Okay, I want to add here the finish date. I want to add here the finish date for this activity. Someone will tell me, okay, it is very easy, just copy the finish date from here and put it here. Okay, this is true if it is in the same sequence. What if this one, let's say it is mixed? Well, it is not with the same sequence. Instead of 10, I'll make it 20, 40, 50, 60, then 10, then 70, then 80, 90, 110, 120. You got my point? It is mixed. Now, how we are going to put the finish date for this activity here? And we are talking here only about 13 point or 13 activity. What if we have 10,000 activity or something? Here is the purpose of the VLOOKUP, and it is very simple formula. We'll make a formula VLOOKUP lookup value. Okay, we'll look for these values. Where to look for this value in this table. After the Excel finds this value, which column number we want? This is column number 1, this is column number 2. So we need column number 2. Do you want Excel to exact match or approximate match? We'll tell the Excel we need exact match, and we'll close this one and we'll say enter. Now you see here the Excel return a number. This number actually it is a date, because Excel only knows number. So if I copy the format of this cell, I just put it here, I will see this is the date. So activity ID number 10, the finish date is 1 April. Let's go and check here. Activity ID number 10, yes, it is 1 April. This is true. Okay, I want to drag the formula now and apply it to the all activities. Before I'm doing this one, just I'll fix this range. Because I don't want this range to be changed when I drag the formula. So I'll fix this range and I can drag the formula. I can fix the range not to be dragged by adding $sign to it. So once I did this, I can drag the formula and it will give to me all the finish dates based on the activity ID here. I'm using this almost every day. This formula, I'm using it almost every day. So this is very useful formula in Excel, and we check what could be one of its applications. And of course, when we are going to do our detailed time schedule, we'll see exactly how we are going to use it. How to apply formula from one cell to another cell without typing it again. Okay, we explained this one in the dragging the formula from the first cell to the end cell in the Excel VLOOKUP, but we are going to check it again. We have the formula here. To drag the formula in this direction down without changing the references, we should put $sign. If we want to change the reference, let's say this one equal to this one, and I want to drag it, and each time I drag it, it will drag the reference as well. So simply I'll drag it like this. It will give me the next cell formula. Let's see if I put the $sign, what will happen. So if I put the $sign here and I put another $sign here, so I fix it in both directions, and I drag it to give me only this one, because I fixed the value to cell number C2. So whenever I see here, it is C2, all of them C2. Okay, another way of dragging the formula, let's say I have 10,000 items down and I want to drag to all of them. If you don't have any empty or blank column, you just can go here and double click and it will drag up to the end. Let's take it in the other direction. I will make this one equal to this one. Okay, then I want to drag it to this direction. I can drag it like this, the horizontal direction. What if I want to fix it? Let's start putting $sign before the P. So I fix it now the P. If I drag it like this, it will be fixed because I fixed the column B. So I fix it in this direction. But if I drag it like this in the other direction, it will keep dragging because the row 15, it is not fixed. So if I change this formula and I make it like this, let's say 15 July, and I drag it in this direction. So in this direction, it is fixed from here. But in this direction, it is not fixed. Let's say 15 July, we add it here, plus 30. So this is 14 August. So if I drag this formula in this direction, it will be changed. If I want to fix this value, I'll drag it in this direction. Okay, anyway, this is just a fast explanation about how to drag the formula. When you participate on this one and try to apply it and will get errors, then you try to find what is the error. You will know exactly how to do it. And during our cost loading as well, we're using this dragging. So I think we will cover this in our cost loading. How to create a graphical chart in Excel. Simply you can insert from column, you can insert a chart. And then you have to modify the data. Another way of inserting, of doing a graphical data, just select this one and then insert column and choose your chart, and it will make automatically, it will get the data automatically from whatever you selected. Here it took the first row as a header, so this is activity ID 1 2 3 4, and this is the value of each one, or the date of each one. Let's go and make another sheet here. Let's say this is planned percentage here, and here actual percentage, and we want to make a simple chart showing the planned and the actual. Okay, to make it first a percentage, so from here we identify it as a percentage 10%, okay, let's say the actual okay, let's say we have two columns like this and we want to make a graphical chart. So simply I can select this one, insert column, and add a chart, and here is the planned and the actual. I can resize the chart. We can add the labels data. Just click on this one, right click, add data labels, and the same for this one, right click, add data labels. I can move this one from here to here. I can adjust it like this. Even I can format data series, and I can control the gaps between the column, make it thicker, and that's it. This is a very simple graphical chart. What if I want to change the data or to add the data? Let's say I'll delete this one and I will insert a column from the scratch. Then I have to identify the data. So I right click here and I'll select the select data. It will ask me about the first data. I'll add here, click add. This is the series name, so let's say this is blend, and the series value, I'll select this one, and that's it. To add another one, I'll add another one for the actual. This is the series name, and I forget to add the remaining data, so can I go and edit, can remove this one, I add the actual data, then okay. And here of course I can again add the data labels here and add the data labels here. I can resize it. I can resize this one. I can format data series, making the gaps and everything. Can change this one title. Even I can change the color from format data series, the fill, Here is automatic. I can check solid fill, choose whatever color I want. So formatting the chart is very easy. Something like this.